Hello. I haven't posted any astrological videos for a long time because I've been busy and it's been a demanding time astrologically, as I'm sure many of you know without my telling you. And also because I've been posting the Path of the Tarot videos, which some of you have been following, and I hope some others of you will check out. It's a journey through the 22 major arcana of the Tarot, going to its meaning somewhat, but also using it as a path of initiation or transformation or working towards a goal, but using the cards in their order as a tool. And it's a wonderful way to work with the cards, and I hope you'll all check it out. So I'm going to be posting a number of videos about the current and upcoming astrological aspects. We are certainly facing some pretty intense ones, as I'm sure some of you know without my telling you. The aspects, we've been dealing with them for a while. The new moon, well, I can't remember that date, a week or a couple weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, something like that. That started these aspects. I guess it was about a week ago, I think on the 11th. But then as we move towards the full moon on the 27th, these, the currents that have been building continue to build. There's an awful lot in common between this particular new moon and the position of the planets and the full moon that is coming up on March 27th. And it is, some have called it a monster moon. I mean, it is one demanding moon. It's got something in there for everyone. The moon itself will be in the early signs of Libra, and there are many, many planets opposite, or a number of planets, at least four, opposite in the sign of Aries, and they are squared by Pluto in Capricorn. So some of the planets that are in Aries are also Uranus, which is kind of like a fight or flight, an aggressive planet, and Uranus is right close to, I know that's Mars. Mars and Uranus are together. Mars is the fight or flight aggressive planet, and Uranus is like the more upsetting, the pull the rug out from under your feet, the, do what I want, the spur of the moment change, electricity. I mean, but Mars and Uranus together frequently show accidents or fights or aggression kind of coming out of the blue. And squared by Pluto, that just really intensifies it. It makes it a time when it brings a certain sort of power struggle, a bit of the my identity is at stake here, and you are not going to mess with me because I'm going to mess with you worse. So even with that Libra moon that wants everybody to be friends, there you can see that there's like, for everyone has to deal with these aspects. There are some pretty trying circumstances, and that they can flare up quite suddenly. Also, these particular aspects, to some extent, they're felt by everyone, but they would be most difficult for people with prominent planets in the early signs of Capricorn, Libra, Aries, or Cancer. They bring up these intense circumstances most intensely. It doesn't always have to mean that it's bad. And if your birthday is at this time, and you are having a birthday on this full moon, it shows a kind of culmination of a period of time in your life, and in a powerful sort of way. It depends what else is going on in your chart, whether it's powerful in a good way or powerful in a challenging way, or a little bit of both. But because of some of the other aspects too, there's a little something in there for everyone. We still have Neptune at the beginning of Pisces, and I think, yeah, Mercury is close to Neptune. It's been in retrograde. It's about to go direct. But Mercury and Neptune there have been bringing some pretty heavy-duty murkiness to communication, and things like legal matters or it can be technical matters to technological matters. anything that's involved with communication. So that can include, like, internet or records or phones or equipment. It's not strictly that, but because all those things are used in communication, it's obviously a bit of a wiggly time to sign a contract. There's obviously going to be, some stuff going on that's not so, that's not what it appears to be. That's exactly what it means, not what it appears to be. And these two planets have been, for some time, squared by Jupiter. And that can make one overestimate what's possible. It can make one a little bit blind to the blind to what is not clear, blind to what you might not want to see. It can tend to increase your desire to put on those rose-colored glasses and believe things at their highest spiritual level that may not actually correspond to reality, or to overlook, like, certain obvious issues in documents or legal matters, that kind of thing. And the aspects, the difficult aspects, or the trying aspects continue. There's a whole series of interweaving clearly difficult aspects and kind of trickier aspects where this might be working well for you, but it's kind of like thrown a bit of a spoiler by something else, making it a tough time, which I think many people have experienced it for some time as a really, really intense period of time. In my work, I've seen so many clients, so many of my clients, struggling with the kind of intense and difficult and dramatic circumstances that, even though one would expect that often people would come to me during those times, I mean, it's kind of like out of the ballpark these days. Lots of stuff's coming up with marriages, obviously with jobs. Those are the two most frequently seen ones. But much pressure is felt by all, even though the recession/depression was supposed to have ended. Much of the difficulty can still be associated with global aspects that show difficulty with the transformation that's been going on for some time, but kind of reached a certain peak at the end of December. But transformations are difficult, and as we move into a new stage, I mean, much is being shaken around and shaken down. And I wish I could give you a solid game plan for how to work through that or work with that. But this is one of those times when there's so much going on that it's a little bit particular to each person's chart. And for most people, this may be the most important thing to know. There's no one right route that will give you, there's no one clear path, one right route, one clear way through to the happy ending. And that's part of the plan this time. It's not meant to be easy. It's not meant to be easily solvable. And it's not meant to be, it will help you to recognize that no matter which way you go, no matter what happens right now, there will be difficulty. It's not like there's no slam dunk right now. But also, just as there are difficult aspects, no matter what sign you are, there are also positive aspects, no matter what sign you are. So the juggling match continues, and while that may be driving all of us a little bit crazy, I will talk more and more specifically about how to manage that juggling act in my next video. All right, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.